Joe Rizzo here with the coach, Jeremy Jacobus, after the Rockets' 4-1 win at home over the Princeton Tiger Lillies. So a week ago, we did one of these after a 3-2 win on the road against the Tiger Lillies. Today's game, the Tiger Lillies played a much better game, and yet you end up winning by a much bigger score.
Well, we played a much better game as well. We weren't happy coach-wise with the effort that we put up there in the Tiger Lillies last week. So them coming here was a little bit of a retribution game. They did come hard. I felt like second and third period were ours. We started off good, shots on goal. They evened it up on us, and then I thought we pulled away from it. So we played an extremely good third period, I thought, too.
You had a bunch of good things happen in this game. It's been a good weekend for the Rockets organization.
Definitely.
The 19 White got a win on Saturday. The 16 U's got a big win right before this game. That certainly got me fired up. I was pounding on the glass. There was a lot of good things that were happening there. And then you saw a couple of good things here in this game, including the return of Kirsty Kamerkar.
Yes, so she's just coming back from a concussion. A couple of shifts, played it kind of a little bit easy, but she's nursing, and she's going to get back into it right now this week. As far as the 19s, getting a win last night, great for them. I believe that was a shutout as well. And another shutout this morning by the 16s. So, yeah, great weekend for the organization. We turned our game around from last night. I was not happy with the effort that we had last night down in Philly. But we came back today, brought it together, and I thought we played a pretty solid game for at least 2 periods. Very solid.
So from here, you start to get really into those deeper parts of the season. This is the last game of October. You know, you've had 2 months to kind of, usually you have 2 months to kind of sort out, and you figure you go into November, you know exactly what kind of team you've had. But you've been playing still shorthanded for quite a long time, and I guess from the first 2 months, your players are learning that even without their captain, PJ Jacobus. And without one of their, speedy veterans, Kirsty Kamerkar, being in the lineup, that this team is still able to win games and come together, and that hopefully when you get both back fully, hopefully very soon, you'll learn even more about this team through November.
Sure, and another player there is Mia Rodriguez, who hasn't skated with us yet, right? So we're looking to get a whole forward line back to our lineup. I mean, that's huge. If we can play 3 lines, that's what this team is designed to do, and that's how we play the best. So for the last, I'd say, 4 weeks or so, I keep telling the team that we've been facing our adversity, and once we get our players back and get the roster full again, it's only going to make us better. That's what's going to happen.
We've talked about team defense a lot. I think I said a 4-0 win. It was actually 4-1. There was one there at the end that the Tiger Lillies did put in.
Yeah.
But the way that you've seemed to design this team around the team defense and backstop with the great goaltending, the goaltending just seems to show up every single game. Now, on Saturday, it was a 3-1 loss to the Junior Flyers, but Arialis Markland was spectacular and really kept you in it. I mean, the goal came late, but you still maybe had a shot. It wasn't much of it was more of a flickering hope, but at least you were still in a game where, you were being a little bit outmanned and kind of skated around by a very, very good team that really handles the puck. How much does the psyche of your defense in terms of team defense rely on the fact that the goalies show up every single game?
Well, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I think we have the best goalie tandem in the league. We have a lot of confidence in our goaltending position there, and then plays right through to our defense. I think we have one of the best defensive cores in the league as well, which allows us to play a little more loose up top. And once we get that whole thing to gel together with the wings and the centers, and with that hard defense and that really good goaltending, we're going to be really good. I mean, I think we've been playing hard. I think we've been playing aggressive. And if our D can play as hard as they've been doing, sustain that for the rest of the season, that's only going to make us stronger up front once we get gelled up front. And once we get these players back, that's going to make a big difference right there.
Okay. Any other notes from the weekend? Did we cover it all?
I think we did cover it all. I just wanted to make mention that we have a showcase coming up next weekend. We have 4 games to play on that weekend, and I just told the girls that it's important that we start focusing on Friday, getting our bodies ready and getting rested up to play 4 games in one weekend. That's what's going to be important for next weekend.
And that usually accommodations, an overnight hotel stay, which could mean that there might be a little bit of fun for the parents on those nights if you're smart enough to get there and do the right stuff. Maybe they could have scheduled the Sunday game a little bit later, but we'll talk about that offline. That's the coach,
earlier.
Jeremy Jacobus. I'm Joe Rizzo. If you like what you see, go down there somewhere, wherever it is, and hit the subscribe and alerts button. And every time we do one of these, or we go live and show the girls from live stream, or if we upload a more clear copy of the game, which we do for every game that it's available, this one included, but we'll have to splice one together because YouTube decided to give me a little error in the first period, so we had to improvise, adapt, and overcome.
I love that.
And we did, just like the Rockets girls did. For the coach, Jeremy Jacobus, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching Rockets Girls Hockey.